Hello everyone, welcome to this tutorial of mathematics. In this tutorial I'm going to show you how to convert a mixed fraction to an improper fraction, and I'm going to show you how to convert an improper fraction to a mixed fraction, which is the opposite. So first off, what is a mixed fraction and what is an improper fraction? So all a mixed fraction is a fraction that has both whole numbers and fractional numbers, or fractional parts. So let's give an example of that. So I'm going to do it in blue. So 3/1/4. This is an example of a mixed fraction. You may see this when you're cooking. So again, all this means is I have a whole number 3 and a fractional component 1/4. What this means is it's the same thing as saying 3 plus 1/4. I could have written up here, it's the same thing, 3 plus 1/4. That's all it means. And so again, that's just the whole number, a whole number, plus a fractional component. A fractional component or fractional part. That's all a mixed number is. Let's give you one more example. So let's say I had a whole number 8 and I had a fraction piece 3/4. This is another example of what a mixed fraction is. Now let's do an improper fraction. So an improper fraction is just a fraction that has a numerator, or the top number, which is bigger than the bottom number. So that's called improper. That's not the correct way we write fractions normally. So for instance, 7/2. 7, which is in the numerator, is greater than 2, which is in the denominator. So this is considered an improper fraction. Let me give you the opposite. If instead I had 4/5, this is a non-example. So this is a non-example. This is called a proper fraction. Basically, because the top number is less than the bottom number, or the denominator, the numerator is less than the denominator, this is a proper fraction. This is not an improper fraction. So let's give you another example of what an improper fraction is. Another example would be 100/3. This is another example of an improper fraction. Again, the top number, the numerator, is greater than the denominator or the bottom number. So that's how you tell if it's an improper fraction, and that's how you tell if it's a mixed fraction. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to show you how to convert between these two. So we're going to do a few problems. So if you notice at the bottom, I'm going to have the steps that you need to follow in order to do this correctly. So let's start with improper fractions and converting them to mixed fractions. So if you look here, 5/2, it's an improper fraction because it has a bigger number in the top. So let's follow these steps to convert it. First, we have to find out how many times the bottom number goes into the top number equally. This is the whole part. So essentially, you can use your times table. So I'm going to count by 2's, or the bottom number, the denominator, until I reach 5. Okay, so basically 2, 4, 6. Look, I went over 5, so I stopped there. So now that I look at this, I'm going to do it actually in a smaller font, or smaller pen size. So essentially, 2 went into 5 equally once, twice. You're looking how many times it equally goes in there. It went in there twice, and it went there in there 4 times in total. So when I am converting this now, my second step is to rewrite the difference of these two numbers as the top of the mixed fraction. So 2 goes in there twice equally. So we went there twice because we have to stop at 4. So that little 2 I have circled, that is my whole part. My whole part. Now that is my second step. Rewrite the difference of these two numbers as the top of the mixed fraction. Okay, so actually that was my first step. I'm sorry. That was my first step. Find out how many times the bottom number goes into the top number equally, and that is my whole part. So that's what we did. Now second step, rewrite the difference of these two numbers as the top of the mixed fraction. So what that means is this number 4 right here, I'm going to subtract it from 5, or the numerator. So 4 minus 5, again 5 minus 4, or yes, it will be 1. So that will be the top of my fraction for my mixed fraction. And now I just rewrite my number. I rewrite 2 here, and so that's the third step. Keep the denominator. The bottom number the same, so you're just rewriting it. So now I have converted it into a mixed fraction. Let's do that one more time with the second one. So let's follow the steps again. Find how many times the bottom number goes into the top number equally. This is the whole part. So let's do that again. 4 goes into 25 a certain amount of times equally. 4, 8, 12. I'm just writing out my times table. 4, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28. I have to stop before 28 because I already go over 25. So 24 is where I'm going to stop, and I'm going to see how many times it goes in there. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It went in there 6 times. So because it went in there 6 times equally, that is my mixed fraction 6. That's my whole number, the part of it, the whole number. Now I'm going to take that number 6 and I'm going, or sorry, not that number 6. I'm going to take the number that we counted or went into it, this number right here, the amount of times we counted up. We're going to take this away from the top number. So we're going to say 25 minus 24, and that's equal to 1. So 1 will be my numerator, and then I'm going to rewrite 4 as my denominator. So 6 over 1/4, that is my fraction as a mixed fraction. So that's how you do improper fractions to mixed fractions. Now let's do another example on this side. So now we're going to do the opposite. We're going to take the mixed fraction and turn it into an improper fraction. So the same thing we did here. So first step, multiply the whole number in front to the bottom number. So all that means is the whole number 3 times 2. So 3, so I'm going to do that in purple. Hold on, let me change my color. That means 3 times 2 will be 6. So now I'm going to take this number and I'm going to do step 2. Take the number from the first step and add the top number, the numerator to it. My numerator is 1. The top number is 1. So I'm going to say 6 plus 1. And that's 7. So that will be my top number for my improper fraction. So you're going to rewrite this number as the top of the improper fraction. So that's equal to 7. And now I'm just going to keep the same denominator again, 2. I'm going to rewrite that 2, and that's it. That's how you change it to an improper fraction. Let's do one more. I'm going to do it in orange. Same thing. Multiply the whole number in front to the bottom number. So we have 6. We're going to multiply it by the denominator's 4. So 6 times 4 is 6, 12, 18, 24. Then we're going to take that number and we're going to add the top number to it. So you notice the top number is 3, so that's going to be 24 plus 3. And that is now the top number in my mixed fraction, so 27. And then I'm going to just rewrite 4. So 4 will be the bottom of my fraction. And that's step 3, keep the same denominator. And that is how you change a mixed fraction from an improper fraction. So hopefully this helped you out.